What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've got a full review for you, a fragrance you could see in the thumbnail and read the title. You know what we're talking about today. This is from Dumont. This is called Bravanzo Imperial. So this was sent to me by the good folks at Perfume Box. Any of you not familiar with Perfume Box, they've really hit the scene pretty hard as of late. They're a great discount place to grab several fragrances from. They distribute for Dumont, and that's where I got a lot of, most of the Dumont fragrances I've been reviewing on the channel. I did buy some fragrances from them recently as well, like, some Carolina Herrera stuff and so on. So they have niche, they have cheap stuff, they have clones, they have a little bit of everything for everyone. So I would encourage you checking them out down below. There is a little code to save you a little extra down below as well. It is an affiliate code. I do make a small commission if you happen to make a purchase, but obviously you don't have to do anything. You can just enjoy this video, which I would encourage you to do, because this one's kind of interesting. I gotta say, I couldn't pinpoint it at first, and somebody brought it to my attention and was like, and I did a side by side. I was like, yeah, it's exactly what it is. So let's discuss it. Stay tuned. So I'll put the notes on screen for you guys, but I'm going to keep it really simple. I sprayed it on. I started doing some testing. I was like, wow, this is like super familiar. A little fruity, kind of like Elysium, Cedrat Boisé, Hachivada Ventus. Kind of vanilla, woods, a little powdery. It's like, why is this so familiar? Then on my Scent of the Day Shorts post, somebody said, oh, it's a clone of Imperium. It sure the hell is. I went grab it, did a side-by-side. It smells just like Electimus Imperium. I mean, just like. Hence why it's called Imperial. Imperium, Imperial. Makes all the sense, right? Yeah, so if you were looking for a more affordable take on this, here you go. Which this isn't wildly expensive. You can get for a little over $100 from discounters online. It's phenomenal, highly versatile. It's kind of vanilla Aventus in many ways. Doesn't smell that much like Aventus. It's in that family. Fruitiness, citrus, things like that, that you'll relate to it. But Nichannese Anis, that woody vanilla smell, that's basically what the base is of that fragrance, and that's exactly what you get here. Now, there is a slight quality difference here. It's not on the level of an Electimus fragrance. It is not, as far as the quality of the oils used, but as far as the profile and nuances, very similarly. The opening, the mid, the dry down are all pretty similar. And not to get crazy with specific notes outside of like a soft wood, vanilla, soft powder, and citruses and fruits. Let's keep it simple. That's what it smells like. And that's all the relative fragrances it's similar to. But most notably, Electimus Imperium. So if you were looking for something like that, you probably will very much enjoy this. So it does smell really good. I have to say, high-level versatility, offers some modern sweetness without being too sweet or too gourmand and delicious, because not everybody likes the heavily sweet stuff. I totally get that. I enjoy the sweet stuff, but that doesn't mean you enjoy the sweet stuff. So again, I say one last time before we move into what most people care about with performance, if you want Electimus Imperium on a budget, you might want to check out Dumont's Bravanzo Imperial. Now, as far as performance, not a beast, but still very strong. That's the MO with Dumont. They don't make average to weak fragrances. I have yet to come across one. I'm not saying one isn't out there. I just haven't experienced it yet. And I've reviewed quite a bit from Dumont at this point. This one's been falling in that 8+ hour territory. I think we'll just keep it simple. And once it eclipses 8 hours, we'll just do 8+ instead of going 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12+ like I used to do in the reviews. We'll keep it simple. Once it hits 8 hours and it's still going, 8+ hours, just like when I do clones, accuracy, 90+%. Speaking of, 90+% to this. So as far as accuracy and performance, kind of what and what, just a difference in quality, like I stated before. So 8+ hours in longevity, I would say the projections in the slightly above moderate. I'm not going to quite call it moderate heavy, but I'll just label it as moderate, kind of average, but it's slightly above average. It's a little bit stronger than maybe arms out type of reach for close to 2 hours. We're going to call it an hour and a half roughly before it starts to sit close to the skin. And then it's more of a moderate sillage where it does remind me that it's there pretty often. And it's not the light little faint whiffs here and there. It's a nice little hit of the aroma. Does remind me it's there. It trails pretty well based on the feedback I've gotten from my wife. So I would call it above average. Very strong fragrance across the board without being a beast. This is one that's definitely not a beast, but it is well above average and very strong. Final thoughts, Bravanzo Imperial from Dumont, or Ramon Blazar, subsidiary line from Dumont. It's made by Dumont. I would say it's a great fragrance. Because immediately when I sprayed, I was like, this is so familiar. I know this fragrance. And I started getting all these tie-ins to like, it's kind of like a hybrid. Even in my Scent of the Day Shorts video, I was like a hybrid of many, ? And that's what Electimus Imperium is. It's like a hybrid of a few different scent profiles. I don't know how it didn't dawn on me right away, but shout outs to the person that brought it to my attention. I was like, holy shit, yeah, totally is. Especially when I did side by side, like, yeah, totally Electimus Imperium, just slightly lower quality, more affordable. It's the more affordable take on it. So with that said, I think it's a great fragrance at an 8 out of 10. This is definitely a great fragrance. Is it one of Dumont's best? No. They have fragrances I would prefer this, some in the Nitro line, some of the Solarios, like Solario Epic, for example. Really, all three of the Solario fragrances are top tier. Nitro Red, Nitro White, Nitro Blue's really good. Platinum, Intense. They got a lot of really good stuff. I would put this kind of upper level of middle of the pack for Dumont from the stuff I've tried. They do put out a lot of good stuff. I would strongly encourage checking out fragrances from Dumont. They've hit the scene really hard over the last year or so, and it shows why. They're putting some good stuff out. Clones with a twist for the most part. Some of them are more so clones than others. Some of them are more inspired by and kind of have some similarity but walk their own path and have different nuance. That's the ones that are my favorites. Like if this wasn't so close to Imperium, I'd probably like it even more. Because if I want Imperium, I'll just wear Imperium. Just call it what it is, you know. But that doesn't change the fact that it is indeed a great fragrance at 8 out of 10. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Dumont's Bravanzo Imperial. Thank you again, Perfume Box, for sending this my way so I was able to spend a little time with it and bring this review to you guys. I sure appreciate that. Again, link down below with the code if you're interested in checking this out or anything else from Perfume Box. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried this one? What do you think about it? Do you get the relation? Several people seem to, because more and more off that shorts video was like, oh, it's a dead ringer. It's a clone. It's spot on Imperium, you know, because I couldn't, it was like, man, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is this? And as soon as somebody said it, I was like, yeah. So shout out to the first person that brought it to my attention and everybody else after that. Yeah, it totally is. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on Bravanzo Imperial and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Who knows? Have a good one, guys.